Hello and welcome to this project. So in this project we will create a CRUD application using PHP and Ajax. First, let's take a look at what we are going to make. So once the user is in the home page, so he can add the students with the registration number, an average, and decision. Once saved, so the student creates it successfully. Also, he can update students and also the registration number, the average, and decision. Once updated, student updated successfully. Also, he can delete students. So this is the application that we are going to make. So let's start. So the first thing we need to do is to have or to create a database. So I have already created a database called PHP Ajax CRUD. Inside we have the students table, and inside we have ID, name, the registration number, AVG, and move next, or you can name it anything you want, the decision or anything you want. So the first thing we need to do is to create the data, not the database, but to create or to connect to the database. So let's create a folder here, call it database, and inside we need another file. Let's call it db.php. So as I said, first thing we need to do is to connect to the database. So let's open the tag, and inside we need to define server name, which is localhost. And what's next? We have username, and the username is root, and what else? We have the password, and password is empty. If you have any password, you can put your own password, and the name is PHP Ajax CRUD. So now that we have defined the variables, let's add try and catch. And here we defined connection, and we need to use the PDO. And once we have PDO, we use the MySQL hosts, and we give it the server name. And what else we need? We need also the DB name, and we give it DB name. Also, we need let's close this tab just to be clear for you. Also, we need the username and the password. Now that we have defined connection, so we need to define the errors type, and errors type will be PDO exception. So let's define it. So we use set attribute, and we set the PDO error mode. So the error mode, this one, to PDO error mode or error mode exception. So you will have the errors as exception. And here, if we have any error, so we are using the PDO exception, and we have here the variable. And once we have the variable, so we can echo an error telling the user that connection failed, and we can concatenate it with the message that we can get it using the get message method. So now that we have defined or we have added connection to our database, let's remove space from here. Now let's add the index.php. So let's add the folder, call it public, and here we need an index.php, and let's try to include file and check if the connection is done correctly or not. So we need to move down to the database and include file.php. So let's check and see. So this one, PHP Ajax CRUD en/public. See, so now I think we have not inside this folder, so not inside PHP course, but this folder is independent. So now we are in the index page, which means that we are connected. If you want to check if we are really connected to database, let's change the database name, refresh, and as you can see, connection failed, unknown database Ajax CRUD. So let's give the correct name, refresh, and now I am connected. So the next thing we need to do is to display, to fetch all students and display them inside our index page. So let's do that now.